Rose, OG Pops, and yours truly, Big Sheen. Y'all already know this. Y'all already know the slogan. Lines of skill. Capping is not. You see Pops with the hat. I'm repping. Merch drop coming soon. It's the rap show. It's been a minute. What it do?
Yes. What it do? What it do? We back in the building.
All right, we're
Shane, what's
here.
good? What's good?
Ounces stack, but I don't have to sell dope just cause I'm black and rap. Facts.
Just in case you didn't know, now you know. But we don't get straight into it, man. Pops, you've been saying this forever, man. They got on Troy Ave when he said the streets is a myth. Big Bang interview 6ix9ine. You know, the social media is going crazy about it. Before I get into my take, what's your thoughts on it?
I like how 6ix9ine came at him. You know, he's telling the truth. You know, they're killing me with this 6ix9ine. Atlanta is trying to change the game. You know what I mean? And what they changing the game is because majority of all they dudes be snitching, and they just think they're not going to get caught. So that's the whole difference about it. But I like what 6ix9ine. He broke it down. He told them what's up. And Banks was trying to cover for him. You know, he was trying to cover for, the Atlantis and stuff, instead of saying, yo, it's his case, we need to break it down because his stuff is different than everybody else's. So, but yeah, man, go for your question. What you got for me? What's that question?
So, well, I'll come back. So, I don't know if you had a chance. So, Dewberry, Parlay, Big Bang, and Ray Daniels sat down. Dewberry said the realest stuff when he says, I'm going to be honest with you guys. New Yorkers are the most cutthroat people in the whole entire world. And what did he do was wrong. If your people disband you, they sit here and set you up and everything. Why do you be loyal to them to prove what point? Now, Ray Daniels supported, but Parlay did make a good point where he says, this is once again where you got someone not in the street jumping into the street politics, and it makes it crazy. But Parlay says you knew what you were getting into before you joined. What is your rebuttal on that?
Again, everybody's not understanding what went down with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine's situation is totally different than everybody else. His whole team was plotting to kill him. That's number one. Number two, his team was banging his baby mother and every girl around. Number three, they was extorting this dude. So why is he supposed to show loyalty? He got time for the crap he did. See, everybody keep forgetting all the other dudes didn't do no time. He did time. So he did his time. Remind you, he did over 2 years in jail. And this is where everybody keep forgetting about. Again, they misunderstanding street and business. Even though if this was drugs and back in the days when all the kingpins, you get killed for what they did to if 6ix9ine was the kingpin, he would have killed them all. That's street business. You don't sit here and have your team that supposed to be your homies snitch you out. They didn't even snitch him out. They tried to murder the boy. Think about it. They tried to murder him and stuff. Remember, they kidnapped them and all that type of stuff. So cats keep making mistakes. They don't understand there's a difference. Now with Young Thug and them, they was just talking. And I'm like, that's snitching. They sitting there for over an hour. And let's be honest, what did Young Thug, what did he gain for telling on all those cats? He didn't get anything. He was talking about, oh, yeah, guess what? I was saying that mess to throw them off. Hell no, bro. That was BS. So that's totally different than 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, matter of fact, he should have got immunity. He was stupid. I would have got my ass immunity. Because, again, they was extorting the dude. They tried to kill him. See, if they ain't trying to kill him, I could understand the streets and all this. But they try to kill him. And you banging my baby mama. And y'all dudes are doing other stuff while I'm giving you money. Everybody keep forgetting 6ix9ine fed the team. He made $2 million. He was giving them 500,000 to $1 million. Now, that's the problem. And everybody talk about New York. Hell, that's the street laws, bro. If you was selling dope and you supposed to be my right-hand man, I'm gonna kill you if you messing with my baby mother. That's how they always do. I grew up in that era. Nobody could tell me that's a lie. They was out there doing that. You the right-hand man, and you doing this type of shit, you gonna get killed. So that's the bottom line. But this stuff here with 6ix9ine and Banks and them all, man, fuck it. They should have kept it real. Was like, you know what, 6ix9ine? Guess what? You're right. It's two different laws when they come out to you. It should be all equal. How everybody want to turn around and get Thugger, Love. They want to get Little Baby, all of them cats. Because if you paid attention, the only people that's giving them love is Atlanta. Everybody else already called them all out. So again, if you paid attention, that's why none of them dudes sold anything, because everybody know they all full of shit. And you know, it's always what you say. They could change the street name for this dude, change this, and it shouldn't be changed. It's supposed to be straight up the same. You know what I mean? If y'all gonna cold block 6ix9ine like y'all did, soon as Young Thug came out, he shouldn't have got no airplay. You know what I mean? Gunna shouldn't have got no airplay. None of them cats should have got airplay. They should have all been shut down. But guess what? The streets is dead. Let me say this again, gentlemen. The streets is dead. The streets basically died, to be honest with you, 2000s. That's when the street died. Because what y'all call streets are not streets where we grew up with. We have principles. It was certain things you ain't supposed to do. But these cats don't care. They do whatever the hell they want to do.
I agree.
They still gave 6ix9ine airplay when he got out of jail though.
Nah, they ain't give him like
yes, he did. Go look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Mind you, numbers do lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers do lie.
Nah.
With these bots, he did.
Nah.
He got play. And
he did more numbers than anybody out there in the industry his first day out.
Guess what? This dude here, because they thought he was gonna do things, and look what happened since.
He just ain't making no music right now.
You know, he got destroyed after remember Nicki. After he did that joint, they didn't want to play the joint with him and Nicki and stuff. They didn't want to. They kept calling him a rat in New York. See, Atlanta is different. But in New York, he was not getting no airplay in New York. That's why he was all over.
But nobody in New York was messing with him from the get-go, except for his little circle that he was running with.
He was getting messed with a lot of cats.
No. I'm not talking about music. I'm just talking about in general. Nobody was really messing with him because First of all, he's not one of us. He's a Mexican.
They know. No, it's not that. Stop it. It's not because you're
I'm telling you, that's what it is, bro.
No, it's not. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm telling you. That's what everybody's saying. He's not one of us.
6ix9ine was not. 6ix9ine looked like a regular dude. He was a regular dude. He from Brooklyn.
A Mexican.
Listen to me. No. Listen to me carefully. He changed. People didn't know when he was what was his name? Whatever his name was, Jose or whatever, Hernandez or something. Danny was Danny. Danny disappeared, right? Danny used to interview people. See, a lot of people don't know that's why he can talk. He was one of them, what y'all call it, chasers. So he was doing that stuff. That's why a lot of people in the beginning was like, he looks familiar, but we don't know here. Then all of a sudden, he changed his hair. He put tattoos on his face. He started hanging with the boys, and he changed his whole look. So that's why the cats in New York, we remember him as the regular dude before he started doing all this 6ix9ine shit. And that's why he started having problems. And then the gang, when he joined the gang, he started doing dumb shit so he can get a rep, because he had no rep, because people was like, wait a minute, ain't you the guy that used to be videotaping? Ain't you the guy that was doing all this video? Now all of a sudden you the tough guy? But that's what happened. But in New York, people remember things. So you got to understand there's certain rules. Now, I personally, I don't give a damn, because like I tell people, it's a difference. Cats now don't know what snitching is. They moving snitching into every category, and it's not. You tried to kill me. Let me be careful. You tried to kill me. I'm telling. What the hell I look like not saying something?
But that's what he signed up for.
No. And guess what? He never signed up to think about it. Who joins a gang and thinking about that they're gonna fucking want to sit here and rob you and kill you and sit
But
here?
you never know what's gonna come with it. That's part of being in the streets. And you want to be in the streets. You got to take what come with it.
Listen to me. It's supposed to be rules in the streets.
I don't think 50 Cent wanted to get shot 9 times, but it happens. He did. But he didn't tell though. They tried to kill him. They tried to kill him.
50 wanted. Let me say this again.
Man, gone, man.
You don't know. 50 wanted. He was talking mad shit. See, that's the difference. You never heard
he was talking, but 6ix9ine was talking mad shit though.
6ix9ine never told his team that he was going against that. Remember, all his beef was Trippie Redd. His beef was
but you missing one too. No, he did. He was trying to get them to shoot at Chief Keef too.
Yeah, but
Chief Keef at Casanova.
But guess what?
He did call some,
because Casanova, remind you, Casanova was going to do him in because Casanova remembered him as as a video dude, and he was exposing him. See, that's the difference. And plus, they in 2 different gangs. Be careful with that. He was with the Gorillas and he with the Trays. They not cool like that. So regardless, it was going to be beef. So that stuff. But again, like I said, you got to understand this. Even in the street is rules. Now, there's a difference. Now, you sitting up here and when you cross the line, the rules go away. Like I tell you, your boy right now, Raj, your man. And that's your right-hand man. I don't care. Y'all doing drugs. Y'all selling dope and everything. You would never think Ra will be sitting up here fucking your baby mama and taking your money that you giving him.
I wouldn't think that. But that's not going to lead me to tell him. I'm going to go try to kill him.
What? No. They got you in the thing. You heard them. Think about it. See, y'all keep forgetting that call. He heard them say, I'm going to kill you. When he sat there, remind you, he didn't tell on nobody. That's why I told y'all he got them charges. He was stupid. He should have got immunity. He did not get immunity, dog. He still
what did he get on the stand and say?
He didn't say. He told about on them dudes. He didn't tell everything else. You got to understand. He
still told.
Bruh, and you trying to tell me, no, bro. I'm telling, bro. You don't understand. So you ain't.
He told. Hold on.
Listen.
He told what they was trying to do to him.
First of all,
but hold on, Omar. Let me get one thing. Omar, hold on. Let me say this real quick. They was going to jail. They was going to go to prison anyway. They was already getting investigated since 2013. Yes, they was. It's documented.
So they was going to jail. Think about
they was already going to get locked up anyway. They was going to the feds.
Okay, let's just say this again.
He told on them because they tried to kill him and kidnap him. He still told. He still told.
And I don't give a damn. Street game is over, dog. That's street rules and shit. It's a difference. Now, they was still out in the street and they shooting. Nobody say nothing when Gucci told. Everybody keep forgetting. This ain't Gucci first time telling. Everybody forget that shit. See, y'all cats was young. Gucci went out there and said that Jeezy shot at him. He said Jeezy sent the hit.
Yeah, he said Jeezy sent the hit. No boys tried to shoot him.
And nobody said shit about that. Oh, Gucci's the realest. When I used to tell everybody, he ain't y'all don't understand. When they come to that time, you will see how real cats are.
But like Gucci still went to jail for that though. He went to jail for a murder. He was fighting a murder case. He was fighting the murder case. He was fighting a murder case. So what did he tell on then?
Dude,
if he told, he would have got out. He would never went to jail.
Bro, did you see you ain't even never seen the video when he was out there when Gucci was all fat up and talking about they asked Gucci on the news station who did this, and he said that's why Jeezy acted the way he did. Why you think Jeezy
already make it known that he had bread on Gucci?
Yeah, he already made it known though. Everybody knew that. And the whole world knew that though.
Guess what? You think they didn't say y'all don't remember when they put they put money on 6ix9ine? So what's the difference there? Since y'all want to use that,
I'm not. I didn't get to my point. Rozay's gonna support. I already know what side Rozay.
Well, my whole thing is if you sign up for it, you have to sign up for the rules and the regulations that come along with it. You know what's gonna come with it when you doing this, that, and the third. So you just need to abide by the rules. If you can't do that, don't jump in.
Stop right there. You're completely right. So then there should be no talk about when we talk about Young Thug. Young Thug is a street individual. Under the so-called law, there should be no excuse for you talking to police at any example, at any standpoint. And that's the
Okay.
issue where Atlanta
So
has
why they
went.
not doing that?
And
But
then,
I don't, Rasheem, I don't know if you seen in that interview with
yeah.
Bank. He even said that Thug was wrong for talking to them police for 2 to 3 hours. He already said he was wrong for doing that anyway. So everybody know he was wrong for what he was
And
doing.
the only thing I'm with you on that. The thing I don't like is if we're gonna crucify one, you should
All of them
crucify
gotta
all
go.
of them.
Yep.
If I
Right.
hate to say it, even though Lil Baby didn't do none of the thing, but you're hanging with the that's just part of the thing. Hey, Rilo, we don't know what Rilo didn't do or don't did, but hey, if we're gonna
Age
throw
12.
every person under that category, then you gotta put them on there. Now the thing I was going to my point with all this was I think we at a point that we gotta look at rappers like WWE. You know, I'm just being honest with you. It is an act and a performance. I don't care about the street thing, then you getting in trouble, and at the end of the day, that's your business.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
hate
let me
how
jump in
social
for a
media.
second.
Go ahead.
This is something that been lost in y'all guys' generation. And I keep telling y'all this. When we rapped, if we did do something, we make it sound like it was impossible that we did it. Second, your goal is to paint a story, to get out the hood, to get out, not to rap, to sit here and say, yo, Rozay, me and you shooting cats up, and I'm telling all that shit. No, the precise thing about the music, that's why what happened in hip hop with that, what y'all call that music? That violent shit y'all call it.
Drill music.
That
Drill
drill.
music.
And everybody wanted to do that. Something that a lot of people tend to forget that's lost in hip hop too. Hip hop is the only job where you could be a rapist, you could be a killer, you could be a
Damn.
drug dealer,
Rapist.
you could,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
you could be anything. Every other job, if you think about it, it got criteria where you can't do stupid shit. But as a rapper, this is what's happening. People are rapping who should not be even rapping because they up here, they street, they trying to slungle money through. And if you pay attention, when we was growing up, I'm gonna say at least, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say at least 70% of the rappers were not gangsters during my time when we came up. Because it was just talk. You was really rapping about John Blow down the street, who was the big drug dealer. You understand? That's why when I was sending you stuff like Coogee Rap. Coogee Rap was hustling, but he will make his joints. I got a job with the mob selling keys. Nigga, you know ain't no nigga doing that. But it sounded good. He never talk about I'm going to jail. You know what I mean? If you paid attention, how many music you heard our guys talking about, I can't wait to go back to jail. You know what I mean? You ain't hear too many rappers in my generation that got themselves locked up off of their own music. Think about it. We hit tax or something. Only person, like when I say rapist, that's Mystical. Mystical couldn't stop raping chicks. He keep raping them. He just went back in jail for rape. So, you like I said, you only got certain people. Your generation, almost everybody got talking about some street. Yo, dog, I was out there on the boulevard. Yo, remember when I was making $2? Man, please, dude, you was in out there. Everybody.
But let me jump back in. I
Go
think
ahead.
the issue is, and this is something where I do blame the radio people and the personnel too, and on top of social media where we hit where we had trap music and then you had a certain genre. The issue is this is the same thing they have with sports. People were doing stuff to get out of a situation. All rappers rap about it to stay in the situation. And that's what causes the contradiction, where you're supposed to elevate yourself out of the trap and you shouldn't be in it. The thing is, they have made it where since we can put the music out and put this, that, and the other out, we're staying in the trap, still rapping, getting the money, still doing the other stuff on the end. But then that's where the contradiction of itself goes, where a lot of these situations, I blame the top tier artists and their team, where this is where the label is getting so much money back because I know this fool's gonna turn my money back into me. I'm gonna go ahead and forward you the money, give you this, that, and the other. Guess what? About time you blow, you're going back to jail. So now I'm about to eat your lawyer fees. I'm gonna eat everything, your loyalties, everything, and I just recoup just to go sign another dude right off the street. And the cycle continues because the artists in their team are not smart. You rap to go get money to get out of that situation, not to stay in the situation. The problem is we are in a culture where even where you see people streaming stuff. I don't even know if you seen the if y'all seen the racist white dude going around provoking people. Then he got hit, and like I don't you asking for it, but it's like we're in a generation where a dude will have money and go be a rapper, going to the trap for what reason? You're made it out. You've made it. You've graduated.
That's
But
all
then
they
this,
know though. They don't have nobody in their circle telling them it's better. I don't know. I be confused on that too, bro. I'm with
Well,
you on that.
and
I'm gonna
the,
say this: the reason why a lot, like you said, Rob, and I'm glad you brought that up. Remember, we was talking about the handover. My generation, I look back and look at it. The rappers that I know, I don't believe. Now, might be wrong. I have not seen the mix where they mixed. I heard more hate from my generation than love. And I think that is the biggest problem. It was no handoff. Like you said, how can you say, I give you keys to no matter of fact, I give you a good scenario. I just dropped $1 million in a fool's pocket. What do you think is going to happen? Guarantee that person had that money, they'll blow it. Because nobody tell them what to do. Because if your mind ain't right, and again, what you're saying is correct. This is what they use because they told everybody. Remind you in hip hop. Hip hop is the only genre in music that has an age on it. See, that was the problem. It should never been an age. Rock and roll don't have an age. R&B don't. But what they said, man, you 30, you washed up, you no rapper. My generation took that. They got the money, and they was like, shit, I'm 30, I'm out. You know me, I'm too old.
well, there and two is the thing with the hip hop music. Reason it doesn't age most of the time, especially in our generation, our rappers never became rappers, and I think that's the issue. You get to a certain point where
Stop. Let me break it down. Not rappers. They became rappers. They wasn't lyricists.
well, I was about to get to that. Where they don't have no story and no, hey, let me finna think about all of going back to Gucci, right? Before this, when I used to tell you guys, I have him higher on the Atlanta Mount Rushmore than most people because of his influence and everything else. At some point in time, the people under you envy you by the way you carry yourself. Where you see how the difference between him and Gotti, right? Everyone loves Gotti. Gotti doesn't still sit here and pretend he's still in the streets. His music, this dialogues of more storytelling, but he feeds his people. But it seemed like he has some type of guidance with it, where no one hates and envies each other.
What you said? Stop. Sorry, I hate to cut you. You said something. I want you to repeat what you said. You said he didn't have what?
Envy?
Mm-mm. You was wrong. Guidance. He did have guidance. That's why he's different than the rest of them. Mind you, remember, everybody tend to forget. He started messing with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z was telling him this is how you need to do things. He was getting the knowledge. See, that's the problem. Remember, I told you the handover. We didn't give the handover. That's why if you look at these labels and stuff, what they do the same thing that happened to them. I was robbed, so I'm going to rob you. You know, instead of them sitting back saying, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to have a clean label. That's like when we was talking about Gucci joint. I was like, yo, bro, this is funny what he's doing. You know, he just signed the dudes that, like you said, he knows they only got 1 year, 2 years to max. And stuff. He gonna recoup instantly. He recoups off the first album, off the rip, and got the nerve. Same thing. He signing artists for 3 to 4 albums, and I'm like, why are you doing that? You was an artist. You should just get him 2 album deals and then renegotiate with them. But that goes back to, like I said, guidance. Just like you said, you see the difference in guidance, and you got to have somebody that guides you. That's why I told you we did not do a proper handoff and so, yo, Rose, it's your time to shine, baby. Guess what? This is how you do it. This is what you got to do. We'll make sure you get where you need to be. Now, I tell you, that's what 50 was about to do to Pop Smoke. Because remember, he was getting Pop Smoke ready, and he's the one that told him, yo, bro, don't go to LA. And he went to LA anyway. So he was trying to help. And that would have been the first one. Even remember, 50 was trying to help 6ix9ine until 6ix9ine started really wilding out. And he kept telling him, cut them dudes loose. And he didn't want to do it. So we do show some guidance. But again, if you notice, they need guidance. You have to guide them.
So let me ask you this, Rose, because I know everyone is killing Bank because, former street dude. Do you think street dudes can actually get into a position where they can be podcasters, or does that contradict itself?
Well, Bank ain't no street dude no more. He went out on record and said he ain't no street dude no more.
Right.
So people like him that change their lives over, they could do that. If you still in the streets though, nah, I don't think you could do that though. But a person like Big Bang, yeah, you can transition to that. I think it's a good way to train. Like, he knows the streets, he's been in the industry, he knows a lot of people, he can connect with a lot of people. I think it's a good thing for a lot of people to do actually around his age, and he's being a good role model for people in his hood, around him, in this circle. Hey, if I can change my life, you can too. So we can do this podcast, and it's a whole bunch of money in it. I had sent you a podcast with him and Jay Hill. He was just sitting there, Jay Hill, like our age, bro. And he was just sitting there learning from him, bro. And he was like amazed. A dude that's 50 years old in the streets, still learning from a dude that's 28, 29 years old. So I think it's a good thing that a lot of people do that. That should do that, for real, in my
You
opinion.
should always be able to transition. That's about being the thing. How long can you be a street dude?
That's
How
what,
long
but
can you be in the
that's what
street?
he
Yeah,
was saying. Like, he
you
can't be a
can't.
street dude for
Yeah,
life. Like, he'll
you
still
can't.
abide by the rules. Like, that's still instilled in him. He still
Yep.
goes by certain stuff, certain things that he once did 10, 15, 20 years ago. But him actually being active in the streets, he's not doing that no more. He's transitioning into corporate America per se. He's trying
So
to get
let
the
me,
money. He's trying to get the podcast money.
Pops, do you think that is like what Rose said in the podcast world? Do you think that will help out in the long term where it comes to this ratting and snitching? If you got people that was out there and they can actually solidify and come back and talk to the youth where everything's so on the social media and everything else, do you think that will help out the rap game in the long term, or you
Yeah, I
don't
think it
think it?
would. I really think it would because again, like I said, he can even give him game. I like how Wale and them be talking. Every time somebody young dude come in, you think about Wallow and all of them. Then he tell everyone that got locked
Well,
up.
I have my own
I
superstition
was
with
gonna I
them.
was gonna get I was gonna get to that too. I got my
I ain't
own.
gonna lie. Me and Rose
What y'all think
talked
is him?
about this, but
But
everybody that go talk to him go right back. I don't know what kind of game they giving them,
And
but
I hate to say it, yeah, he right.
yeah,
They either go right back or they end up passing
yeah.
away.
no, you know what the problem I noticed when he give him the game. I look at eyes. None of them dudes. They would when he was talking. They didn't believe what he was saying.
they not connecting with the message.
Mm-mm. They see it, but they don't believe because they in their mind is you ain't gonna get me.
Hmm.
You not listen. I'm that good. Look at Smirk. Then he was talking good. Yeah, word
I really,
OG.
I really believe Dirk was trying to change though. I just think he got
He
too
was trying
lean.
to. I think it was too late. They was already on. It was too
Yeah,
late.
and
But
Yeah,
he
he
you got
was
to
trying
think.
to change. It was just too late. He
Yeah,
was
and
Dirk
transitioning too
got
late.
like
but
he
Dirk
was
was,
so
you got to understand, he was still trying, he was paying for his sins and then trying to transform and got
yeah.
caught. Because
Right.
guess what? Like y'all said, soon as he let his guard down and started saying, you know what, I'm a transition,
Hmm.
it
That's
messed
when
him up.
everything. That's when
He should,
everything started crumbling down.
and I really believe he should have just stayed to wait till this case was over and then flip. But like we all said, it's everything is up to the individual. You know what I mean? That's why I hate when people say you can't change. It's up to the person. You can change, you can make a difference. It's up to you. Same thing when you get money. You know what I mean? You got to understand it's a business now. Just like you was saying, why these guys can't transition. They still trying to take the whole block with them. You can't do that. It's certain people that yo, that's my dog. But you know what? I got to get his mind right. I can't have him as a liability because he's gonna wild out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh my bad. I was gonna say one thing. The shout outs to Wallow. I have a lot of respect that he's still doing his daily content. I know people was clowning him about the shoes, but the only thing I hate now, where I don't know if y'all starting to peep game with the podcast, where people are starting to beef, where I'm like, yo, man, the podcast is everyone's outlet to talk. I hate when they start doing that, where I'm like, yo, man, one thing I respect about Wallow, he got the books, got shoes. They may not be the best looking shoes, but he got something that's him.
But he's making it affordable for his community, though.
Right. And I
that's
hate
what
when they try to clown on people and try to downplay. It's like, yo, my man's still making the motivational content. He's showing people. He does, the outreach, and he the main person trying to get to people together. But then on the back end, you be seeing other podcasts be throwing slick shots where it's like, yo, like, why do y'all gotta make everything? This is the one thing I will disagree with Pops with when it comes to competition. With some stuff, I don't think it needs to be competition.
No, see, but you got to understand, is everybody wants to be number one. That's the first thing. Number two, to get somebody to watch your show or whatever, it's just like you got to do something. And it looks like everybody's going by the fighting because it sells. Look at the baddies. Look at now, dude, I couldn't even believe it. I don't know what show it is. They got a new show with chicks in wheelchairs, and they are fighting in wheelchairs.
I was about to get his canceled tonight.
How you know about this?
Dude, I forgot to send it to y'all guys. When I catch it, I'm gonna send it to y'all. Matter of fact, I got it. I just thought about it. I got it because I said I cannot believe this. I sent it to your grandmother. I said I cannot believe
Shout outs to everybody on the show.
So I'm gonna tell you, no, for real. But this is what you gotta understand. It's called clickbait, and these guys are beefing. Everybody is trying to build they show. So how do you build your show as controversial?
Well, I hate when you got people like Wallow, who's just a genuine dude. Like, don't know, we don't know him personally, obviously, but the vibes he get off be actual genuine and putting out the positivity. I don't see why the hate. I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, I don't like your boy. You said it years ago about Steven Jackson, where he's such a contradicting hater at times, where 1 minute it's peace and love, and then he'll say something slick, and then it's like, okay, I get all the smoke thing, but like, you still kind of contradicting yourself what you're promoting out there. That I don't know. I just don't be messing with.
But you know what I be confused on, bro. With all these podcasts, everybody's podcast is different. Nobody's one podcast is the same content at all. $1 million worth of game is a completely different podcast from All the Smoke. All the Smoke is a completely different podcast from the Joe Budden podcast.
But this is the thing. You missing the point. Is they want the ratings, bro. And
but they gonna get their ratings are gonna be different based off the space the audience that they're attracting.
But you gotta understand, everybody's pit into one genre. It's like right now they already put out a thing of the top 25 podcasts. So out of the top 25,
let's just end this right now. Then nobody's touching Joe Budden or Joe Rogan's podcast at all. Then 1 and 2, nobody's touching them.
And they
I don't know.
So crazy.
They're not even close.
Yeah, but they're not even 1 and 2. That's the crazy thing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the crazy part. They're not even 1.
That's the thing. But see, this is what they be doing. Like you said, with All the Smoke. All the Smoke didn't have competition. They was really the first ones to. Yeah, one of the first ones to come out, they format. Look at Nori. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I think of everything. Everybody.
I forgot about him.
Nori had the highest rates. He had no competition in the beginning. Now you got 1 million podcasters, and they all only difference that made him different because his audience. Remind you, when he first started, he said, "I want my show was about recognizing old school people." Now he's doing young people. He's bringing everybody on the show. And like you said, everybody's shows is different. Joe Budden's is totally different because his is spinning to all types of things. Joe Rogan, like you said, that shouldn't even be. It has his own thing because he's not in that same realm, but he gonna get ratings because he's Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I agree with you, but you got to understand these guys are playing like it was hip hop. They playing who's number one, and you made a great fact. You're never gonna knock these dudes, but if you paid attention, Joe Buns ain't really beefing with nobody. Joe Rogan, shit, dude, I'm like you said, I'm here. I don't see nothing down there. So he's not beefing with nobody, but he do be getting hits. You know what I mean? He don't have us hitting him, you know, like our little thing, but he'll get hit from the white side be banging him and stuff, talking about look what you doing and stuff. But it's a competition. I agree with y'all guys. I don't believe you in this realm. I don't think it should be no hate. You said what you want to say, unless you making it personal. And I've been noticing some
But
of
they
these
be
guys
taking
are
some shots
personal.
out Wallow that I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, like
You can't. I don't think nobody could take shots at Wallow anyway.
but
You
they
really
yeah.
he should be getting his flowers day in and day out for what he's
Because
done
he's
and what he's doing now.
never negative. That's what I
Right.
like about him.
And what's crazy, man, nobody's really giving him his flowers. This man did 25 years plus in prison. He came out with a plan. He's executing the plan, and he's doing more. And he's helping out more people that's up under him. A lot of people don't like to say it. He really put Gilly on. Gilly was
Yeah, Gilly
cooked.
was done. Yeah, he was done.
He was
He was,
cooked.
he was done.
And
He
then
had
Wallow
nothing.
got out. Wallow got out of prison. He had a plan. And Gilly
Yep.
he had the name in the industry. He put his name to it, and it just blew up.
Yep. But see, like you said, it's all this space is so big where everybody can eat off it. Because we may not be some people cup of tea, but guess what? Somebody's gonna find something they like.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
again, it's like any realm. I'll give you another thing just to throw another thing out there.
It's like if you like fat bitches, it's somebody
Yeah.
for everybody,
Remember,
bro.
y'all heard
That's
of
how I
Church
look at it.
2819, right?
Who?
Now, have you heard of Church 2819? Is a black preacher, Anthony Mitchell. Now, he's blowing up. Now, everybody's mad at him because, he's getting, he getting attention. And like we said, our nature is to hate. He's in preacher, and they starting to hate. And like I said again, that's the nature of the business. And I agree with y'all. We should not hate. We should also be sitting there talking about, I should be able to go to any platform and going, just like when we did our platform, we crossed over with the other group. You know what I mean? That's what it's
part-time
supposed to.
opinion. Shout out to y'all.
Yes. You're supposed to do these crossovers to big them up. But again, we still, at times, especially the black ones, we want to build and destroy. We should not be doing that. We should be elevating each other, talking about, yo, I see your upcoming. You know what? I seen your show. Let me tell you, you need to, tweak this, do this. And we all eating. But see, a lot of them, like you said, they want all the money. It's millions of dollars out here, billions. This is an open lane, but everybody wants. And now, like y'all said, it seems like we're going to end up being like hip hop, music. Cats is fighting for no reason. And to me, is this lane, unless you disrespectful and you say some foul stuff that mess with the dude's character, I can understand you got something to say. Just like when people was crying about, what's his name? Damn, 4th and 1. Cam shit.
Oh, Cam Newton.
And when Cam brought in old boy and Whitlock, and they all flipped out about it. And because they guess what they was doing? They all came together and said, we're gonna blackball Winhart. We're gonna blackball him so he can't get no ratings. And he was like, hell, I do my show in my goddamn office. I don't need y'all. And you know what I mean? And that's
well, he had this some other shit.
Yeah, but we know. But I'm just saying in that thing. But think
he
about
a little freaky ass nigga, bro.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
think
he.
about what happened with Cam. He took so much heat because Ryan went at him and all that stuff. Talking about, yo, you supposed to be Stephen A. Boy. Why you got to do on this show?
I think
But he brought Stephen A. right after that though. He brought.
But remember I was telling Pops this, Rose. I said I don't think it went down like that based off of how Cam roll and operate. Like I knew it was more to where he called and he got the clarification before he even do it.
Oh
big
yeah,
ups,
for sure.
Big ups to them. But hey, let me ask y'all this. I've been saying this forever. Drake on the timing. What are you expecting tomorrow? Is Drake taking over from May 15th through the whole summer? You think it's the whole summer he taking over?
What's gonna happen?
I think he hungry, bro. He hungry.
Pay attention. This is what's gonna happen. Drake released tomorrow. We got at least 5 songs going #1. Okay, let's just
I
give them.
say, I'm gonna go out on a limb and get a weird number. I'm gonna say 7.
You
7
got
going
7.
#1.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say he getting that right. Okay, soon he's gonna run it for a month or so. Fine. Wait till you hear the Kendrick drop.
Now Kendrick not coming back for another 2-3 years, man. We ain't got to worry about
You know
Kendrick.
why? You know why? Because guess what?
He gonna be talking.
Universal, I think, is a setup, dog. Because I see it where he's gonna sneak out. Because Drake, and one thing we all said, Drake run the industry, dog. Nobody's sales was hitting like Drake. No, let's be honest. When him and Kendrick disappeared, shit.
When's the last time Drake dropped the project?
What, 3 years?
It's been a minute.
Dude, man, we got to get some breaks, dog.
I ain't gonna lie. He going #1 within the hour.
Bro,
he's setting the record. He don't set
the
his
record,
own record.
and then guess what? Everybody gonna jump on him and stuff because you think about it. Nobody didn't your boy Rick Ross, didn't Ross drop an album? No, I'm just saying. Think about it. He talked all that shit.
Cheeseburger Bob.
You know what I mean?
Think
about
it. Rick Ross needs to transition. I think he's struggling with transitioning from rap into.
But he don't want to. I don't even think he ain't got nothing to say no more, man. Because
he don't.
Ross had a nice little period.
And right now, everybody needs Drake. If you pay attention,
well, hold on. I already know where you're going with this. Not everybody need Drake now. Let's just calm down. I know a few people that do, but not everybody. Let's not say everybody.
Who don't? Who don't?
I can tell you who do.
Who?
His favorite rapper.
Lil Baby need one.
There you
Young
go.
Young Thug need him for sure. For sure.
Remember our first podcast and we talked about, and I said, what would resonate? And what did I tell you?
Them two really could benefit off that.
Now we almost a year later. Lucci Tape was it?
I mean, Lucci ain't did nothing yet though.
No, hold on. Lucci Tape, we heard
Lucci Tape was hard. Lucci Tape was hard though.
I told you, and your boy.
But the only reason I think that was the case, bro. The only reason I think that was the case, bro.
You know it. You about to say it.
In my opinion, Lucci has always
makes better music.
He's always had a better pen game. Thug knows how to make.
Oh my lord!
I ain't gonna say hits, but he knows how to make songs that keep getting replayed and replayed over. Lucci makes. Hold on. Lucci made songs for niggas that's going through some shit. He was the first Rod Wave. I say he the first Rod Wave. In my opinion, he made songs that you can relate to.
I'm gonna give. He came out.
I'll listen to Lucci on a long car ride if I got some shit going on.
You know,
I'll listen to Lucci.
Make better music than.
Now, if I'm at work, then I'm gonna bump some other stuff. But
I'm gonna ask you, since you know all the stuff, and you said Young Thug make shit. Are you sure it was Young Thug or was it Gunna?
Gunna didn't come around until like 2015, bro.
Keep it real now, because I know you love you some Young
Thug. Thug hasn't had a song since 2020, right before he got locked up. And that album was so much fun. He had about 4 or 5 songs on it. That was the last time he had something like for real. And in my honest opinion, that was his last time in 2020.
That who? 5 years ago?
Yeah. It was 5 years. What we in 26? Yeah, about 5 years ago. Yeah, because he released it. He released it in 2020 of the summer. So yeah, about 5. That's why I said he ain't had none since he got locked up.
And they showed.
And I don't think he'll never regain that momentum he had again.
Yeah, he would, because he gonna do.
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
because you know what he about to do.
He can't. But no. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I hate to put this out in the air, but he's about to fall into the Bobby Shmurda realm.
Ooh. But
in my opinion, hold on. You got out of jail. You got out of jail. The state, the court, the judge, whoever, then put stipulations on what kind of music you can release, what you can do in and out, and what kind of studio you can be at, who you can be around, and this. I think that's fucking with them. I think that's why Bobby Shmurda never came out with another hit song in a day since he been out.
But the thing about Bobby Shmurda, dude.
Let's just call it a spade, right?
No, I'm gonna keep it real about it. No. The dude had one song.
But he got locked up right after that song, though.
One song.
He
didn't have an album.
He couldn't put out no album.
When he came back out, found out he didn't even write this shit. All that shit was Roddy Rebel. It was him who wrote all that shit. That's why he came out. Plus, like you said, he got nothing to say. His time is up.
That's what I'm saying. I think the time is up.
I do agree. I don't think only reason Doug will ever come back. He need Drake because even his girlfriend. I'm surprised he's so. I don't understand why he didn't rap.
I don't think the song will match up though.
But he should rap with her because he got that voice, that old high pitch. He can mess around and.
Now look. If he hops on the song with Drake, I think it could boost it back up. But right now, it's kind of dead right now. Bro.
I think Drake gonna Drake gonna do a remix for him.
I think his time window where the sound. A lot of stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about, we laugh with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine so mad because he can't get that time back that I don't even think, even if they removed it, it's the sound of like that's the one thing I've noticed about the rap game. Like you come out at a right period of time, unless you're like an all-time great on that level, the sound's never gonna sound the same. Like we laugh.
The audience change. Because guess what? Them 5 years, you got to think.
That's a long time, bro.
Thug, let's do the numbers. The average cat that was loving Thug 5 years ago.
Well, we were in high school.
No. That's why I was about to get to. Rasheem, keep it a buck. When we was all in high school in that 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16 era, everybody was listening to Thug. Everybody was listening to Lucci, Baby. All them 90 Baby, Future, all that. It was that sound that everybody had. They had that sound on lock. And then once we got to college, Thug got locked up. That sound just went away.
And what you're saying is true, Rock, because I'm going to give you another example. Which I'm glad you brought that up. It happened. This is the second time, really. This is the third time since I've been in Georgia how the music changed. When I first got down here, it was bass.
Oh, well.
Everything was boom, 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 boom. The rap was fast and stuff like Miami. Okay. Then the resurgence came when we had crunk music, where Little John and them, it died hard off the cliff. The next generation was the rich game with Quan, Young Thug, Future, your boys, the Migos, and all that. Guess what?
Now you can exclude the Migos because I think they can still.
Yeah, but I'm saying they came in doing that whole sound. That's the sound. That's when they come up talking about mumble rap and all that stupid shit.
Yeah.
Then guess what? Now you turn around from the mumble rap, y'all got that, and it was not even y'all. It was half New York and Chicago. That drill shit came, and that drill shit was fucking up that. Be happy shit, because guess what? It was making all the dope boys, let's get them. Yeah, they love that shit. So being cool didn't work. So then Atlanta, after they did this thing, now Atlanta is stuck now because Atlanta fell off the map like every other city does. Everybody, like you said, Rod, you have your time period. I think right now, Atlanta their time period is up for right now. Can they come back? Yes, but they need a new face, a new dude with y'all guys. Like y'all was, like maybe, what's his name? Dickie dude. Somebody.
Well,
like I said, if y'all had another.
But
matter of fact, let me ask Sharp because I'm out of it.
Atlanta do got some artists though, like that guy.
It's time for Atlanta to bring up some new artists and start their own wave. Because
I can give you two.
Yeah, but hold on for a second. Just like in hip hop, pay attention. Remember, Houston had the sound at one time. Do y'all guys remember? Well, y'all might have been young when Houston was the shit. It went from Atlanta, then it went to Houston. And then it ended up from Houston, it jumped right back to the West Coast and stayed in the West Coast for a long time. And then the West and Midwest started taking over. New York was dead. New York, because we didn't have nobody. After really 50, Jay-Z, and the big threes went at each other and killed New York off. New York didn't have anything, so the sounds was changing. The Southern sound came to New York, and once it came to New York, the New York rappers, they couldn't deal with it, you know. But I think again, how the climate is like anything, it'll come back, but you need a new, fresh voices. Right now, where all the garbage is going on, it's time for a new sound in Atlanta right now. And I think it is. Now, could you bring it back? Just like crunk music. When they go back and throw it up, we're like, yeah, we get hyped, but we're like, man, we old as hell. But this is how this used to be. But it's it changes all the time, like we all see and stuff.
Let me go here. All right. So I seen the big topic. Everyone about this, I disagree with people, but people over here arguing about Drake not having classic albums. Yeah, I think that's a trash take.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even listen to Drake like that. I don't even agree with that.
Yeah, I think he got a classic. He got one or two. You know, he got classics. But Drake is a funny, like I said, if you do a greatest hits, that's what he should have dropped, the greatest hits album and put all his joints on one album to see what it is. But
that should have been 150 something songs.
Huh? No, I said his greatest hits.
No, that's what I'm saying. That would be like 150 something songs on there,
but not his features, because you get them with his features. I want him
them his songs too. Hey, he on Rick Ross. He on Rick Ross. What's that? Rick Ross, Ashley Martin music. That's Drake's song.
Oh, we know that.
That's Drake's song.
You know, that's why he lost the battle.
Come on,
all
man.
the top songs. But hold up, Rose, before you was giving me the business when I told you, boy, Drake gave everybody a hit. Everybody talking.
Nah, he did. He was doing his. Yeah, he was giving everybody.
That's why I keep telling.
And that, but that's what's. You know what? That's what's. I know we're getting off top, but that's crazy how everybody kind of just turned against him when all this stuff was going on, knowing this man did y'all pretty much a favor by kind of putting y'all on out to the world like that and getting y'all put some money in y'all pocket by just giving y'all a song. He ain't have to do none of that.
Now it was the money play.
Hold up.
Remember what I told you?
Wait. I got to draw back something. You see what you just finished saying? Rose?
Yeah.
Oh, he about to. Here you go.
That 6ix9ine was feeling.
6ix9ine, man, go on, bro.
6ix9ine was always corny. Y'all
I don't understand.
I think. Hold on. All right. So you
gotta understand. My man
if we're on 6ix9ine, hold on. If we're on 6ix9ine, look, hold on, Rasheem. Listen, I do agree with Rasheem. 6ix9ine has always been corny, but I also told Rasheem when 6ix9ine had his wave, you can't deny that them songs was kind of hard. What he was putting out.
Rasheem had on his playlist when he had the white Corona. No.
I'm just saying. Sometimes
you can never find a 6ix9ine song on
and Brian had Gumbo on, and I told him,
"Yo, see now you just lying." All right.
Nah, see that's the only song I didn't like. I didn't like.
Never played no 6ix9ine song.
Sometimes you just got to keep it a buck, bro.
No,
I'm just saying he was corny, but whoever was writing them songs for him and making them hits, I'm just saying.
We go down, getting back to the Drake. When we get back to the thing, people gonna give him his flowers. Because sorry to say it, of this generation, he's the greatest, man. I don't give a damn. He is the great. Ain't nobody better than him in this generation. He's the best. I don't even rank him. He's to me, he's at a status where you could put him in the top 10, even because he's multi-talented. You know what I mean? Even though, he had this. Nah, bro. Nah, you got to give Drake he in that lane, baby. I don't give a damn. He up there. So,
but we're gonna see. What I was gonna say, I'm hoping this may spark the great reset, where a lot of people been itching for actual content and songs, where people like. I hate to say this. I love Bossman D-Lo, but 2 minutes, I'm sick of 2-minute songs.
But not to cut you, but you got to look at his audience. Their attention span is only going to be 2 minutes long.
Saying I think it's just because
we getting older. Yeah, that's all it is.
What it is that remember, Y'all, both of y'all clown me when I say y'all crazy. Let's just do 2 minutes. It's not that. They don't have this. Is remember what you said, Rob? What did we ask? A rapper and a lyricist. There's a difference. And this dude is doing something that cost him. He's not even spending $5. Because think about it.
But all he got to talk, all he talking about is getting money and business.
Go.
That's it.
Go ahead,
I was
bro.
gonna say I do like the transition where I think we're gonna get more hustling music, but like we gotta start getting back to at least 3 minutes, and you gotta.
Nah, I don't want to hear no 3 minutes. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes,
That's just me.
Yes, you do. You do.
If I'm from certain, hold on, from certain artists,
garbage, bro.
From certain artists, I don't want to hear 3 minutes. Like Boss Man did, I don't want to hear no 3 minutes.
How about he said he pitted some verses together like he's supposed to? See, that's the whole thing.
But he's not a rapper. Like that's the thing. We can't make him a rapper like that though.
No, bro.
We can't do that.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's like riding a bike, bro. Guess what? What you just finished saying, and I'm gonna choke you out real quick. That was Gucci. When I told everybody Gucci was labeled the worst rapper in history, he got credit for being gangster. He was ranked the worst. You think Google, he was the worst ranked rapper. When he came out of prison and he was a slim, that's the reason they called him a clone. Because everybody was like, wait a minute, where the hell that dude learned how to rap? Gucci was doing saying pure nothing. And guess what? Everybody was like, yo, man, he was matter of fact.
But he was putting out so much music at one time, though. That's
worse than OJ the Juice Man.
Oh, here he goes.
You know I go off about
I don't have nothing to argue about that.
Like I said again, when your argument is you can't. It's up to you, because guess what? Your audience change. And that's something that your guys got to understand. Your audience could start off at 15. If you're a great rapper, guess what? Your audience should change during the time. Just like with Drake. Drake cannot be rapping about some shit 20 years ago. He got to rap about real shit now because his audience has grown. His audience ain't trying to hear that. That's why when we be saying how a rapper career is over, you supposed to make adjustments in your career. Everybody laugh about LL. Why you think LL Cool J had a long career? Listen to every album. You be like, man,
but the people you are naming, they're not Boss Man. That man is nowhere near none of them. He is a hustler. He makes hustle music.
Well, what you think?
He doesn't have to make nobody in the world wants to hear no 3-4 minute song from that man.
Guess what? They made Jeezy change.
Jeezy is always made 4 to 5 minute songs.
No, not his first couple.
Which you want to put on? Which you want to put on?
What you want to put on? Me, brother.
What you want to put on?
You didn't even know about Gucci. Jeezy.
No, I do know about Gucci.
And they did not come out rapping. No,
Gucci did it. Gucci did it. Gucci did
1 minute.
And Gucci man used to put out freestyles for 45 minutes though.
And I want you.
Now I'm gonna educate you a little bit now. It's a
freestyle. Gucci,
that's songs though. Hey, is that not a song?
Gucci was talking. If you listen to all his freestyles was his songs, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Those are his songs. 4 to 5 minutes.
Come back to the house. I'll show you. I'll give you the mixtapes. I got them.
But my dad got the mixtapes too in the garage.
Get your daddy on the line. We got to get your daddy.
I already know all that. I'll go to the crib. I'll go to the crib and get the whole folder of CDs.
I'm telling you, I got the DJ. I got the jump off.
I got them too. I used to listen to them when I was a kid when I wasn't supposed to.
Minute freestyle. You show me a 45.
So Gucci, hold on. You said show you one. You want me to show you one real quick? Hold on.
45-minute freestyle.
4 to 5 minutes.
That's what you said. 4
to 5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes.
Nobody makes a freestyle for 45 minutes, dog.
4 to 5 minutes. Nobody said 45. 4 to 5 minutes.
Oh, my bad. Then I thought you said 45 minutes. I'm like, who the hell makes a damn song for 45 minutes? No. 4 to 5 minutes. No. But I tell you, you can. All this stuff here is go by your audience. You have to justify. If you want a longevity, you got to change. What happens with rappers is that, guess what? It's no more to talk about. That's why little baby, you can't keep talking about you hustling in the building. You can't tell me
what else is there to talk about then.
It's just like with Jay-Z. Jay-Z, people started popping Jay. Yo, dog, stop telling us about some shit you did in 88. Nigga, shit, this is too. And that's when he came up. Remember, he changed his whole style, talking about, yo, the new 30s, the new 20s, the new 30s, the new 20s. And he just changed the style because you got to address it. Most rappers fall off because, like you said, they have nothing else to talk about. They cannot talk. Just like with T.I. T.I. keep dropping songs. Ain't nobody listen to that shit. You know, he went up to 50 and thought he was gonna blow. He ain't
because of why his songs are 4 minutes long. Nobody's attention span is like that
ain't
no
nobody,
more.
like you said, they don't need. He got the call. What I said, adjustments. You have to make adjustments.
So why does Boss Man D-Lo need to adjust if his audience is always gonna
his audience ain't gonna,
attract?
His audience is gonna grow up, bro.
It's hustle music.
Dude,
by the time, bro.
Guess what? Rick Ross came out with Hustling. Nobody they don't give a fuck what Rick Ross do. Rick Ross don't make no damn music, no positive music. His last joint, I'm Big Meats, on this. Everybody went crazy for it. Same shit. He never adjusts his audience. That's why he's selling 20,000. You know what I mean?
That man 50 years old, but he ain't going. Nobody listening to him right now.
You supposed to sit here and talking about, oh yeah, Rick Ross, the biggest boss. Let me show you. Let me let you know I got 3 men.
But we ain't talking about though. Rick Ross got businesses though.
Yeah,
he ain't no full time rapper.
So since we brought up Ross, right before we get out of here,
that versus was ass. I'm already just gonna get into it. That shit was ass, bro. Hold on. Listen, hold on. For one, because I told my barber this while I was getting a cut. For one, I'm gonna start with French Montana. French Montana, first song he played, Shot Calling, was cool. But after that, all his songs are features. Just like Ross, all Ross songs are features. That shit was ass. Like nobody had no individual song.
It's the feature battle.
Like if we're doing a feature battle, we should have brought all the artists that would feature on the song into the verses too.
Ross was trying to sell an album, bro.
But yeah, well, he failed tremendously at that. Anyway,
because he proved what we said. Your hits is somebody else's hits.
But one thing I will say, I don't knock French Montana for what he has done. He makes hits and anthems. He gets the right people on the right songs each and every time, and he's going platinum, diamond, all that, and he's just sitting back in the shadow, just chilling. He over there. He over there got the princess. Look, he got the princess of Dubai just sitting in the lap, just chilling.
Oh, listen. I'm gonna say this. That dude been see. That's the difference with him. That y'all dudes don't know. He's been a hustler his whole life. See, this is something I remember him on the Smack DVDs. He was the dude. That might be too. I think y'all too young.
He came out with a mixtape with mac and cheese and all that. Mac and cheese.
But forget all that. Matter of fact, getting back to 6ix9ine, he was 6ix9ine.
Yeah, they did say
he was 6ix9ine.
I've heard that.
He
before.
had the camera. He was sitting up in there. He was 6ix9ine.
Until them niggas popped them in the head.
And he wanted to rap so bad. And that's what it was. And like I tell everybody, that's why I told you how the hip hop is a hypocrite. That's why I used to, all my friends used to say, man, why you record videos? Because I said, I love to see when they were broke. And then they come back and be lying. Rick Ross, y'all guys don't even know. Rick Ross didn't have no bed.
He was a police officer. No, correctional officer.
He was wearing jerseys. He had jerseys on, and he was writing for Trina and shit. He didn't make enough money writing for Trina. He became an officer.
He was a correctional officer.
I ain't mad at him. And to me, I don't even understand how that was a bad job.
It's not a bad job. It's actually a good career. It's got a lot of benefits.
Now I'll tell you, Rick Ross would have fixed his career. All he should have said was, you know what, y'all was right. I am. But see, I did it for my dudes because I was that MC, I was that CEO that I was hooking them up with the drugs. He'd have said that, man, Rick Ross' ass would have been there. And nobody could tell because he ain't working there. And who gonna tell on him? His own Miami boys would have had to say, yo, he lying. But that story would have been good. But again, like we said, this is hip hop and stuff. You got to change your audience if you want to live. This is like right now. Only certain people gonna make money, and how the rap game is, you only hot so long, and that's one thing people tend to forget. Hip hop, it's only a 5-year run, bro. This is the worst thing. Hip hop is 5 years. You only got 5 years. You say 2?
You make
Nah,
5
you gotta
years.
get it takes
5
2
years,
years.
you great. I know.
No, 2 years.
2
It
years.
takes 2 years because you still rocking the same album for 2 fucking years.
That's why I said
So as
you
soon
got
as you
2 years.
blow up, you're gonna go to those things because we did. Matter of fact, we didn't have these big old concerts y'all got. This is how these guys are making money. We didn't have all that. We had the what was it? Def Jam had a concert.
Y'all had Freaknik.
No, Freaknik is not a concert.
Like just everybody naked. That's it.
Yeah, but at Freaknik, we didn't have it where, let's say, the top 10 rappers. 10 rappers wasn't doing that. It was for us. We ain't need no rappers and stuff to do the stuff we was doing. Oh God, that's the greatest time. But
he about to tell on himself.
Yeah, that's why I had to stop, you know. But like I said again, it was different. It was different.
But hey, let me tell y'all this before we get out of here.
Do it.
I got an announcement. We don't do this. The next rap show, we don't do a live. I'm tired of, well, not live, but we don't do a live versus. I'm tired of verses over here playing with people. We are gonna do a versus. And you know what? I'm gonna call it out. We don't do it. We don't do it right. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Y'all ready for this? Drake versus Wayne. We're gonna go song for song, and we don't vote on the songs.
Okay, let's hear it.
But hey, just in case for those people that you didn't know, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend.
Y'all go get y'all merch too, man. We're gonna have a drop coming soon. Y'all just stay tuned.
Look at them. Look at them hats, baby. Let them see it.
Y'all already know what time it is. Like I always tell you,
baby. Look at it.
Lying is a skill. Capping is not.